in almost every movie, there's some moment where they're like, okay, now here's the dancing scene. Except for Mickey. Like the amount of times, and like my equivalent of Mickey's life, where it's like you're just like a living hell every day. Like
you danced during Batman?
Actually, no, Batman. Where are we? What are we doing?
어디 있다 온 거야, 너 참?
I was in Paris. I was in Paris after Korea. Yeah.
우리 서울에서 이제 같이 이상한 걸 많이 하고 파리로 바로 간 거구나.
I was still digesting my Pikachu.
한국에서 너무 이상한 거 많이 먹었지. 공식적으로 사과드립니다.
No, it's delicious. It's delicious.
파리에선 뭐 했어?
I was doing some stuff for Mickey, and I went to like Fashion Week.
지금 패션도 너무 한국에서 그 컬러 매치라는 거 했었는데 그 결과물 같기도 하고.
They said that all the colors I had in the movie looked terrible on me, so I'm wearing. Is it Magneta? No, is that even a word?
What's the name of the color?
Magneta?
Magenta? Magenta?
Magenta. Is that magenta? I guess we'll find out. We'll find out on the video in the comment section.
이거랑 지금 스킨톤이랑 너무 잘 맞는데 내가 제일 처음 자기를 봤을 때가 이제 트와일라이트 때 보고 이 스킨톤이 저 사람 실제 스킨톤은 어떨까 되게 궁금했었거든. 근데 이제 사프디 그 굿타임에서 봤을 때도 완전 다른 스킨이잖아. 그래서 둘 중에 어느 쪽이 더 실제 스킨과 가까울까 궁금했었어. 그래서 LA에서 처음 이제 실제 만났었을 때 우리 미키 때문에 그때 딱 카페에서 네가 들어오는 걸 보고 아 됐다. 미키 스킨톤이다라고.
My normal attitude as myself is kind of just like a rodent. Like I look like a kind of a mouse in the restaurant, like kind of like terrified of being stepped on.
이미 그때부터 약간은 자연스럽게 퍼포먼스가 되는 거야? 뭐 일부러 액팅하는 건 아니지만. Your emotion is actually like that.
I think when I first met you, because I didn't know what the job was. So you're kind of like, you're so programmed as an actor to be like, I just want to please. Like you're like, you want the job. And so you're like, you don't want to show too much, but you're also trying to figure out like, what is it that's going to look like I'm the correct person for this job? And you're kind of like, and I'm looking at your changes in facial expression when I'm like saying certain story and trying to portray myself in a certain way. But it's funny though, after like, I just started producing stuff, and cause you think when you're going to castings as an actor, like you think all these little things you're doing are gonna somehow influence the director. But do you not think that a director's decided within like 1 second, that you just look at someone's face?
But at the same time, as a filmmaker, I was also very nervous because 막 이렇게 처음 만난 배우가 오면은 내가 약간 바보 그 무슨 필름 기크나 이상한 감독처럼 보이면 어떡하지라는 그런 불안감이 있어 사실은. 근데 딱 들어올 때 이미 미키 17 느낌이다 그런 거 있었죠. 그러니까 마음이 편해졌었죠. 스튜디오에서 팁 같은 걸 주지 않았었나?
No, nothing.
Wow.
Not even the genre. And
really?
so I was kind of going off kind of your other movies and sort of trying to think. But there was always something in Memories of Murder where I just love those performances so much. It's just, I love the disjointedness where you can kind of be like slapstick comedy and then just suddenly take a left turn and it's completely like, it's just very, very dramatic, like immediately. And there's very few directors who can do that and it doesn't seem really jarring. And there was just something which really appealed to me. And I felt like there was something in me. I think maybe because I have like some kind of emotional disorder. Like
네가 방금 말한 그런 뭐 살인의 추억에서의 연기의 퀄리티나 이런 것들을 나는 사실 네 영화에서 이미 봤었거든. 자기 영화 라이트하우스 같은 영화에서 윌리엄 데포랑 미쳐가는 부분이나 이런 것들. 또 심지어 배트맨에서도 되게 가라앉은 캐릭터 같지만 사실은 사람이 되게 불안해 보이고 기묘한 뉘앙스들이 있어가지고. Maybe you're a little bit sick of this question, but 어떤 감정이었어? 그 라이트하우스에서 갈매기 이렇게 죽일 때, 그거 찍을 때.
I don't know. Like, it was a rubber chicken with some feathers stuck on it. And like, you're I mean, it's funny with a movie like that. I mean, I always feels like you're just taking a flying leap into the unknown, and there was just something about the way Robert Eggers directs, but you knew there was a certain amount of energy and like rage that you had to give to it. I just always find it fascinating what the movement of a camera like the director doesn't need to say that much to you about your motivation or something. It's just like you can feel there's a certain movement and tension in the camera movement that you understand what it's going to need in the movie. And I just remember it was a slight kind of arc that he was doing, and I'm like, I just think, because I think you were only supposed to hit it like once. and it felt like the right thing to do. I mean, it had blood inside it, and it started. I think it was just quite satisfying seeing the blood come out, and it was squeaking every time I hit it on the wall as well.
그 광기가 미키 18에서 잠깐 있는데 사실 영화에서는 미키에서는 세븐틴이 더 오히려 주된 캐릭터고, 세븐틴은 사실 되게 마음 약하고 소심하고 어떻게 보면 러블리한 사랑스러운 캐릭터잖아. 그래서 그 느낌이 되게 다르기 때문에 사실 더 기대가 많이 됐던 것 같아. 처음 아닌가? 이런 역할, 17, 세븐틴 같은 역할?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of gravitate, I guess, towards people with sort of social anxiety, I think, and we're just generally anxious kind of characters. I think that's where a lot of the energy comes from. But I mean, I think with Mickey, it's such an unusual part because he's sort of, it's funny because a lot of other people on the spaceship who just also seem like a total idiot, and even the total idiots are looking at him going like, you're such an idiot. And he's like, and he kind of just keeps repeating the same mistakes again and again and again without any kind of thought about consequence.
자기가 어떻게 하면 사랑받을 수 있는지 그런 걸 알고 있는 걸지 찍으면서 궁금해서 서로 이렇게 반하는 씬이 있잖아. 그 카페테리아 식당에서.
Maybe he's hiding it. Maybe he is. It's funny. I think just Nasha's kind of a freak herself. I mean, she starts dating him knowing that he's not even human. So, I mean, not really. Like, he's made out of like stuff that everyone's thrown in the trash hole. But I mean, I guess some girls do like that. In fact, the girls are like me. Also, she can't even tell the difference. She can't tell the difference between a guy who's suddenly totally different, and she's like, "Cool, I like this." Like,
아니 뭐 나샤 얘기도 나오긴 했지만 누구랑 찍을 때 또는 어떤 씬에서 제일 그 복잡하고 힘들었어? 이번에 미키 찍을 때 디너 시퀀스? Maybe.
I think maybe that, or like. I think probably the whole sequence at the end, like, I mean, I don't want to give away like spoilers in it, but like, actually no, probably when they're literally fighting against each other, because I think in general, I will do a take and I want to do the next take totally different, because then I feel if I'm repeating myself, then I'm always afraid the director's like gonna see it as fake, because you're kind of suddenly the illusion is broken. I want it to feel like, oh, it's just like coming out of you or whatever. Because of the technique we're using to play against yourself, I had to be much more specific and decisive about saying like, okay, this is the take we had to like decide the take right there and then. And I felt deeply uncomfortable about saying like, I guess this one, that's, and then to repeat it afterwards, it always really scared me. So probably, when we were like, the two characters are fighting against each other, that was probably the scariest thing.
Actually, on set editor we have.
Yeah.
Was it a little bit helpful to you, or sometimes it's disturbing? Or
no, I thought it was great, especially for this. I don't even know if I'd be able to do it, because you kind of, especially for things which are really just physical, and you're playing two different parts, and you don't even have dialogue to separate them, because sometimes you think you're doing something with your face, but it's not the right thing at all, and you can just slightly change it, and then it suddenly looks way more like 18 or way more like 17.
17, 18이 한 화면에 있을 때 이제 사실 복잡하고, 나도 이런 촬영이 처음이라 막 VFX 슈퍼바이저 와가지고 막 복잡한 얘기하고 나도 되게 힘들고 복잡하긴 했는데 사실 솔직히 고백하면 이제 되게 편했었어. 네 덕분에. 네가 워낙 준비가 돼 있어가지고. I just push the button. rap 17, rap 18 누르면 그냥 막 나오는 거야. 에스프레소 and 카푸치노. 본인은 고생을 많이 했을 텐데 나는 그냥
No, you were so organized about everything. It was like, I was just going like, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just trying to make you laugh. Like a lot of the scene.
다음번에는 이제 뭐 27 다중인격 역할 이런 거 한번 하면 되겠다. Split, kind of.
Yeah. I love that movie.
배우들은 다 그런 욕심은 있을 것 같아요.
It's funny because when I first read the script, I was thinking like, oh yeah, you just played two different parts. And because they were so distinctly written. But then when you get that, the issue is, you have a girlfriend in it and you have a love interest and you have to conceivably be the same guy. You can't just like have a different accent all of a sudden. And so it's kind of how to calibrate that differentiation.
And actually, 우리 그냥 간단히 17, 18이라고 얘기만 하지만 사실은 18 안에서 또 변화가 있잖아. 18이 캐릭터 쫙 변하잖아. 그 아크가 있단 말이지. 18이 뒤에 가면 이렇게 사람이 싹 변하잖아. 17을 대하는 태도도 변하고. 그래서 정말 복잡한 연기를 한 것 같아, 이번에. 근데 그거를 너무 명쾌하게 만들어서 보여준 것 같아, 관객들한테. 내가 보기엔.
When you're going to bed at night and you have the voice in your head saying like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Oh, you're such an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But, when you fall asleep and by the morning, that person's gone. And I kind of feel like that's 18, but a personification of that. So he's not only a voice in your head, but it's a guy who's screaming it at you and punching you in the face. But
우리가 다 그런 거 있잖아, 왜. 머릿속에 공상하는 그러니까 쌍둥이인데 나한테 상처 주는 사람한테 가서 막 다 때려주고 벌 주고 막 18이 딱 그런 애인 것 같아.
No, definitely. I mean, you always say this, but you'd like to have this evil twin that will start punching everyone. And that's like my worst nightmare. That's almost like.
리스트. 나한테 상처 준 사람 리스트 짝.
Everyone does have that. They just have to get drunk. When did you wake up and decide I'm going to be a director? Did you see something that inspired you?
When I was 9 years old.
9?
Yeah, I watched this man's movie.
You were watching a Hitchcock movie at 9?
Yeah.
Nice. Which one did you see first?
His movie Psycho.
You watched it at 9.
Broadcasted in the TV. Maybe 검열된 버전이겠지. 그 스토리를 아직 모르는 깨끗한 브레인이 있다고 하니까 진짜 부럽다, 그 사람들이. 9살 때 그 충격이 많은 영향을 줬던 것 같고. 최근에 랍 네가 무슨 너의 올타임 베스트 영화 리스트 뽑은 걸 내가 어딘선가 인터넷에서 본 것 같은데 그 리스트 중에 하나가 내 거랑 겹치던데.
Oh, really?
It was The Vengeance is Mine. Shohei Imamura, the Japanese movie, masterpiece.
Yeah. It's such an incredible.
When did you watch that movie?
I watched that when I was doing Twilight. I watched it in my trailer on my computer, and I remember I was doing a night
DVD or
on a DVD, on the Criterion DVD, and I'd never heard of Imamura before, and I just liked the cover of the DVD because I remember I used to always go to Amoeba Records, when they had such a good DVD section. And
the second floor.
Yeah.
Now it's changed.
Yeah.
The structure changed. Yeah.
But I remember going to shoot Twilight, and I'm pretty sure it was such a long time ago, I don't even think there was like an iTunes store and stuff. So I went with like a bunch of DVDs to watch on the shoot. Yeah. And I watched that. I remember I had a lot of time in my trailer.
You have not so much information about the movie or filmmaker at the time, just to watch the film.
And I was like, this is
so shocking.
And one of the best performances I've ever seen. Yeah. And the ending. I remember going back I had to shoot a scene afterwards. And I was so stunned by that ending that and it had such a profound effect on me. And I was like, I couldn't believe just throwing the bones up and then the freeze frame on the bones and then reacting to
his father surrenders.
Yeah. And there's so many lines. I remember so many lines.
It's a really crazy story. The story is based on the real case in Japan. It's a story about serial killer, actually. And I was also influenced by that movie when I was preparing Memories of Murder.
No way.
Because Memories of Murder is also based on the true story. I met many people related to that murder case. For example, detectives and journalists. 근데 만날 수 없었던 사람이 이제 살인마였지. 그 살인마가 안 잡힌 상태였기 때문에 영화로부터 영감을 받을 수밖에 없었는데 그 Vengeance is Mine의 그 사람이 되게 이제 실제 살인마잖아. 그래서 영감을 많이 받았지. You watched that movie during the shooting Twilight.
Yeah.
Quite many years ago.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The amount of times I've said, like, I'd love to find a movie like that. It's so stylish as well. Like, everything about it. Like, there's something...
Mamura.
It reminds me of your work where it's kind of like... He just makes these decisions which are just absolutely crazy. Like, there's a scene when he's walking through... like the fish farm, do you remember that? And it's got like an orange filter on it, just out of nowhere. Like none of the rest of the movie has this filter on.
Very bold and strange.
Yeah, really strange. But it feels very correct. Though. Like every single decision. I love that movie.
연쇄살인마 역할 해보고 싶어? Lovely serial killer.
I almost did. I think one of the best performances I've ever seen is in Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Like Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
He,
How about Bad Rent? Terrence Malick.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's funny because I remember I used to watch a lot of like really dark stuff when I was younger and just think like, yeah, this is cool. And now I'm too sensitive. Like, and I watched Henry again the other day. It really frightened me. It's strange how like you would think it would go the other way around. Like as you get older, like you become less frightened of things. But I can't watch horror movies anymore. Like I'm like
아빠가 돼서 그런 걸 수도 있어.
Yeah, it happened before that.
Sorry.
but yeah, maybe it has added to it. But there's like it's strange. I get very, very, very frightened of what did I watch the other day? I had to do a meeting with the director, and he'd done this horror movie, and I watched it, and I kept thinking that someone was breaking into my house, and so like I was sitting on my sofa with 2 kitchen knives, like waiting for the person to come in, and then I fell asleep with them like basically like in my neck, like on the couch. My girlfriend came in, and she was like, "What is happening? Why do you have 2 knives in your face when you're sleeping?" Like, yeah, I was probably a squirrel.
나도 항상 시리얼 킬러, 연쇄살인 스토리나 이런 거 관심 많았고 막 항상 그런 다크한 이야기들에 끌리고 그랬었지만은 나도 나이 들면서 조금씩 변하는 것 같아요. 그래서 이번에 미키에서도 미키와 나샤의 사랑의 장면을 찍을 때 난 오히려 되게 좋았었거든. 나도 조금씩 변하나 봐. 옛날에는 그런 걸 찍을 자신이 별로 없었는데 뮤지컬이나 멜로드라마는 나는 평생 못 찍을 것 같다라는 생각이 항상 있었는데 보면은 항상 이렇게 한국식 표현으로 하면 이렇게 오그라든다고 하는데 너는 정말 못 찍을 것 같은 장르가 뭐야? Sci-fi musical?
I think there's something about, I mean, I guess a musical could be done in a multitude of different ways, but there's something when you see movie musicals, and there's something about like when like the song's about to start and then suddenly they're pushing there, and I go,
There is always a moment of the
terror.
song begins.
Yeah. And
대사를 막 하다 갑자기 노래가 딱 시작되는데 그때가 정말 너무 견디기 힘든 것 같아요. 그냥 편하게 이렇게 얘기하다가 갑자기 Tonight. 막 미칠 것 같은 거야.
You have to star in one. I would watch that in a second.
네, 쉘브르 우산처럼 그냥 처음부터 끝까지 그냥 계속 노래해버리면 오히려 그게 좀 편한 것 같아.
Yeah. It's the moment when it changes.
노래하고 춤춘 적 있나? 그동안의 커리어에서?
You know what? I seem to be in almost every movie. There's some moment where they're like, okay, now here's the dancing scene, except for Mickey. Like the amount of times, and like my equivalent of Mickey's life, where it's like you're just like a living hell every day. Like
you danced during Batman?
Actually, no, in Batman. No, I don't think there's a part in Batman. But almost every movie, and everyone's like, because especially if there's a writer-director and they're like, okay, they've just written that, and it's like, yeah, I mean, they dance. And it just seems totally normal if you're like a person who dances. Like I did this movie with Lynn Ramsey, and she's a really good dancer, and Jennifer Lawrence, really good dancer, and they just find it so easy, and they're like, you just like dance, just music playing, just dance. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown when this happens. Like, we need to either choreograph it or cut it. And like, and they're like, no, just like dance, stop being a freak. And it came to the day, and like, I was sweating so much, like the insides of my trousers were wet. That's a little exaggeration.
네, 뮤지컬을 잘 못 견디지만 그래도 그 바포스 그 올댓 재즈 같은 거 되게 좋아하거든. 거기서 로이 샤이더가 한 역할 하면 멋있을 것 같은데.
I would love to do something like that. The opening of that movie is one of my favorite things I've ever seen.
Maybe the Rob as a Italian 깐소네 가수로 나오는데 사실은 연쇄살인만 거죠.
I'm down. I obviously, because what I'm attracted to doing as an actor is I always want to do the most complicated parts most of the time, and what I want to watch as an audience member is always like love stories. Like I love like rom-coms, but it's funny, like everyone's so afraid of doing them because it's always like, it's very difficult. It's difficult to come up with a concept that will feel like, I don't know, because it's like, what are you going to do? Like, you literally have people sending each other texts on Tinder or whatever.
그러니까 러브 스토리가 재밌으려면 서로 연락이 잘 안 돼야 돼. 그래야 이게 애틋하고 아련하고. 근데 편지 썼는데 뭐 이렇게 중간에 그 없어지고 막 전화했는데 안 받거나 뭐 만나기로 했는데 어긋나거나 이래야 되는데 지금은 뭐 왓츠앱이랑 텔레그램 하니까 이게 좀 그런 아련한 감정이 안 생긴.
Used to be like, I kept sending her an aubergine emoji again and again and again. She never responds. Do you have a guilty pleasure movie?
Do you remember the movie called Pitch Black? Sci-fi movie.
Oh, yeah. With Vin Diesel.
벤 디젤 그거 은근히 재밌어. 그게 보면 이상한 텐션이 있고.
Such a good movie. Yeah.
길티 플레저는 아니지만은 그 판타스틱 미스터 폭스 있잖아, 웨스 앤더슨. 거기 노란 색깔이 나오는데 그 색을 보면 이상하게 마음이 안정이 돼서 그거는 약간 이렇게 일할 때 괜히 옆에 아이패드에 틀어놓는다거나 뭐 이렇게 자동차에서 틀어놓은 음악처럼 켜져 있게 만들면 좋은 것 같아. 웨스 앤더슨한테는 조금 미안한 얘기지만 어쨌든 집중해서 봐도 좋고 그냥 옆에 어디 틀어놔도 좋고. Our poster, Mickey 17 poster, the background color is quite similar to, slightly similar to Fantastic Mr. Fox and Lufthansa. Color.
I always watch Braveheart. Braveheart's
Wow. Mel Gibson.
It's not even a guilty pleasure. I literally
Freedom!
It gets me every single time. It's more my birthday movie than my guilty pleasure movie.
거기서 캐릭터들이 쓰는 거 정말 되게 강력한 그거 스코티시 액센트야.
I think it's Scottish accent. He's really
Australia.
He has a good Scottish accent. I mean, I find Scottish accent so difficult to do. Like
Sean Connery.
Yeah. She play a game of truth or dare.
근데 왜 나한테 저기 피츠버그 액센트라고 했던 거야? 나는 진짜인 줄 알았잖아.
I just like the sound. I've actually never been to Pittsburgh, but I like the sound of I like the name of the city. It's crazy. I've lived in America for like 20 years, and I don't know anything about America.
한 번도 안 가봤다는 거지? 나는 사람들한테 막 지금 라비 영화에서 하는 게 피츠버그 액센트야 이러면서 막 얘기하고 다녔는데.
I don't know. Well, maybe it is. Who knows? That was the one thing I remember you talking to a Korean interviewer about Premier League football, and I just felt so embarrassed. But I wish I could like be with the guys and like talk about sports. But, like, I don't know. If you're talking to me about
football.
The only thing I know is like conspiracy theories on Reddit and like celebrity gossip.